Hi, hello, and welcome back to another video, and welcome to another training chit chat. It's been a good while since I recorded one of these. I think, was it like in the beginning of April? I think it took until May until I actually got it edited and posted because I had a bunch of exams. But it's been a good while since I did a training chit chat. So what better thing to start with than all our favorites, fishing. Okay, I'm joking. I know most people don't like fishing, but I do. I love the fishing in this game, and so now that we have the new system at the Summer Days Festival, I think it's called, I feel like, we could look at that and the old one and talk about it while we train. I did start here for Pinta, however, because I'm gonna pick this up. I was planning on doing the championship, but then I got distracted by, while I was prepping for a video, I was watching Twitch streams, and then I got distracted, and now it is like 10:30 p.m. But I'm an adult, and also I didn't start prepping for this recording at all until like 10 p.m. because it's just so ridiculously warm in my apartment during the day during summer. So I have my fan running all day, and I prefer not to have it on when I'm recording because it is kind of behind me. However, no matter how I do it, it's kind of pointing like towards me, behind me, because I live in a studio apartment. It's kind of hard to not have it, considering my desk is up against one wall, and if I wanted to get cold, like the murder where I put it, it's gonna be like towards me, because that's how studio apartments work. But that's very beside the point. I don't know, it's gonna be a while for next champ. I am currently on Ice Cream Jungle because of the championship ranks. I suffered through the first championship rank on Airstar. I'm not doing anymore. We're going to the fishing village, the Cape West fishing village, I think. And I thought we could start by doing the OG fishing. Because this is the one I love, and Fridays are one of the best days. It's probably the best day to do fishing over here. So yeah, I've always loved fishing, and that is because you get a lot of money, 115 shillings, and I don't think it takes that much time and energy. I know a lot of people are annoyed by it, and I don't think it is the perfect system. Like, I understand why people are annoyed by it, but to me it's low efforts and it gives a lot of money, and that's why I love it. That's also why I don't particularly like it in, let's say, Jarlheim or the Harvest counties, because let's open them up. For example, here is over where the fishing guy is, and then you can fish along the coast all the way around here, basically. So sometimes you just fish behind him, and that's fine. And he pays like, I think like 50 shillings, which isn't a lot. It's a lot more than a lot of other dailies, but it isn't a lot considering like I have to run a lot further. Here, like, so here in Cape West, it's either out here on Fridays, where we are now, or it is over here on like the beach on Wednesdays, over on this, I'm gonna call it a bridge. They call it a dock, let's be honest, it's a bridge. Like a dock juts out from something, it doesn't lead anywhere. This leads to another island, it's a bridge. But that's on Sundays. On Tuesdays it's over like here-ish by Jasper's. On Saturdays it's like over here by the Smuggler Cove. On Thursdays it's behind the stable. And what day have I missed? I've done Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I haven't done Mondays. I think Mondays are here, like just behind Labyrinth Coast. Monday, I did Tuesday, I did Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah, I've done all the days now. It's like, it isn't as far to travel, and Tuesdays is a only day where I'm like 100% I'm not doing fishing. And most other days I'm kind of down to doing it, but there are 3 days when I definitely do it. If I am like playing a lot, I will be doing Wednesday, Sunday, and Friday. I have this in system. I've been doing this for years because I just love fishing, and I did my fishing reputation so fast, and I love it. But I don't enjoy it in the harvest counties because sometimes you fish over on the Forgotten Fields, and either you have to ride all the way there, or you take a trailer. That's 25 shillings, and then you either ride all the way back, or take a trailer. That's another 25 shillings, and you get paid 50. You don't make any shillings on that. And then we have the one in Moreland, which obviously that's for entirety of Silverglade, and Silverglade is a huge area. It is the largest area in the game. And that can be really easy. It can be like just along the beach in Moreland, or it can be over by the cliffs in Vorpinta. It can be a little bit further away, like behind Riding Hall, which for me, who lives at the Equestrian Center, I often do that because you just call for pickup and then take a trailer back, so I only pay for one trailer. But it can also be like up in Valedale. It can be like along the Silversong River, like down here as well. That's also pretty close. I don't know if you ever fish in Fairgrove other than for like one of the reputation quests, but you know you can fish up in like Valedale. I don't have all of those memorized. The same way, like I know you can fish on like Paddock Island as well, and you can like fish somewhere like over here, like behind the York Stables, and probably on this side of York Stables as well. I don't remember. I don't do those as much, but I don't do them because they pay less. And the one in Silverglades pays more or less depending on how far you're traveling. So like when you're doing the one that's in Moreland, that's gonna pay less than let's say the one in Valedale, because I guess they're counting for the fact that you probably take a trailer to go to Valedale. So yeah, this is the most important fishing. So I just always put my bag down there, and I use the second camera, and yeah, I mean, these have been bugged for about as long as I can remember. But this one's new, the direction. I can't hear the music, and I don't know if I turned down the music because when I did my test recording, you could barely hear me, but the music was very loud, so I kind of like turned that down a bit. So that might be, but I mean, I hear the fish splashes. But it used to be really nice music here that I really liked. Obviously it's not here right now because I'm recording. But it's just chill. You sit here and you wait for whatever this thing is called in English. It's called flöte in Swedish, which essentially just means floating, something that floats. Kind of like that. It doesn't mean exactly that, but yeah. And ow, sorry, I stubbed my toe against the leg of my chair. But you just wait it out, and obviously like it probably is the most fun thing, and I've been very lucky to just get all 3 fishes so far, all 4 fishes so far. But obviously I feel the way I think it works, obviously I haven't seen the code, but the way I assume it works is like there's always a 50-50 chance to either get it or you don't get it. So like, and if you don't get it, it doesn't mean you have 100% next time. It means it's still like either you get it or you don't get it. So it's a 50-50 again, which I think is what annoys people, but it's never annoyed me because I get paid a lot of money and I don't have to run very far for it. So yeah, it is a very simple thing, but I do really enjoy it. And you know what? Let's do the stable shores while we're here. Do you want to do the deal? No, I don't. I have a lot of shillings. I'm not in dire need, and we haven't got any new clothes to buy yet this week, so getting max shillings won't really help me out yet. That's also daily. There are dailies here on Fridays as well, so that's also a good thing. It's delivering the mail in the village. You kind of just like run around. And it goes fast, and you pick up that guy's quest as well. Maybe when you come. Are we looking at my Friday like things I usually do on Fridays, but it's 10:30 p.m. right now, or it's 10:40 p.m. as you can see when I did this. By the way, if you don't know, this is really handy if you play on PC. I don't know about Mac players, and you definitely can't do this as a mobile player. But if you play on a PC, so a Windows computer, you press the F11 key on your keyboard, and it's above like all the letter number keys. If you don't know where it is, they have all these keys, and on like laptops they tend to be very tiny. They're pretty big on my keyboard, but I have like a normal like office keyboard. I've been meaning to invest in a better keyboard, but I'm not made of money. I am a college student. You just press F11 and you get your FPS, what server you're on, the latency, which is how long it like takes for like the information to go like from that I press something for it to go to the server and then come back to me. So like it's currently 37 like milliseconds, which is like very short. You can't really notice. And then server time, which is what I mostly use. It tells you the date, the year, month, day, and then the time down to the seconds, which is really good when you are, trying to keep track of champs. I like when running around playing things when there are championships, I usually leave this open. But yeah, if you come from up here, like when delivering the mail, you get this guy's quest. He wants you to pick up some mail in a bottle, and it's gonna be like over on this side on the beach in the water, and then you pick it up. But you continue this way, you pick it up along the beach, and then you continue around and do it. Really quick, some quick shillings while you're already there doing your fishing. And then you obviously go to the stable and you do the stable chores, because these are the best paying stable chores in the entire game. You cannot miss out on these. Cannot. It's been a while since I recorded, because there's been a lot of things like my brother's graduation stuff, so I recorded old videos that are using up at this point, like before he graduated, and then I just been editing them like as I go, and I was like, what if I didn't start the recording? And I'm scared. I have to check. I am recording. That was irrational fear, but it was it's been over a week since I recorded last time, and I'm like, what if I messed something up? Like, what if I didn't actually press the button in OBS? Chalmers is really enjoying his time. Chalmers is named after a university here in Sweden. It's a pretty famous like tech focused university, and I've never been there. But it's in Gothenburg, and I actually know a couple of people who study there. I know a couple of people who study there. I was like, no, only one person, but then I remember another of my friends actually study there. So I know a lot of really smart people who can get into like top competitive schools here. That is not me. I've been to a good school for games, but it's not like getting to Chalmers or getting into like KTH, which is the Royal Technological University, like, but they do more like other tech stuff, like not video games. They do like media tech, at least at KTH, or the Royal. I guess KTH sounds weird, maybe if you speak English, but it's the Royal Technical University or Technology University. Here's another good daily. You just like run around along the beach over here, and there's just trash you just pick up, and then you can run back. But we're not gonna do that. We're here for the good stable shores. Let's go back to Fort Pinta, because I think we might just have time to do the other fishing, and then we can just talk about fishing, and we can talk about the event and everything. And summer in general, as we do the championships. I was so surprised last week when this trailer showed up. I was not expecting it, but I mean, I won't complain. But very clearly here because of the festival, because obviously also how it's pointed. Like if it were pointed the other way, it'd be more like friendly for the championship, but this is not bad either. Also, by the way, what did you think of last week's quest? The one with treasure stuff? I adored it. I don't like that it doesn't say how many fish I'm supposed to get, because it doesn't say it anywhere. I just need to run around to get enough. I think it's 3 or 5. It's 3, I think. So obviously with this type of fishing you have to go to multiple locations. I don't know how I feel about that. I would rather stay in one location, like with the old fishing, but I don't mind this system. It reminds me of a lot of other games, for example Disney Dreamlight Valley, which is a game I play occasionally. Every now and then when I remember it exists. So they have like a similar mechanic, and I do prefer Star Stable, like where the camera pans so you know you're gonna see it, because like you have like free camera control in not Infinity Nikki. There's a fishing there too, but it's entirely different in Dreamlight Valley, and sometimes like you get the sun glare and stuff because they have a lot of like lighting stuff, which makes the game very pretty, but sometimes it's like really hard to see the stuff you need to see to like time the circle to get your fish. But otherwise, like, I like the idea. It obviously makes it more like fishing mechanics a lot of other games. That isn't bad. Like literally, like when we're learning to make games, this is your 500th reminder that hello, I spent 3 years studying game design in university, and I am technically only 1 paper short of having a bachelor's degree in game dev. But I've had some health issues come up and I'm dropping out, which I think I mentioned in my... I don't think it was my last video, I think it was my... I think it was 3 videos ago or 2. It was either my birthday video or the video before my birthday video. I cannot remember. But yeah, so I like the system, but I think it becomes kind of jarring that you like go around and you only do one at each place. I'd rather have like, you still have to get 5 fish, like you have in the old one, in the same space, but you wait for that like circle timing thing, which obviously makes it skill based, and therefore it's less, like it's still gonna be annoying when you miss it, because that's what like messing up makes you feel like. But I don't remember. Oh wait, it's the Baroness, so I'm just gonna call for pickup. But it isn't like it is your own fault within air quotes, that it isn't working, or that you didn't get it, because like it's now it's skill based instead of luck based, which makes it feel like it's within your own control. And that's good, and I don't mind, like I was talking about, I don't mind that it looks like a lot of other games. Games are often inspired by each other because this is a creative industry, and inspiration doesn't exist in a vacuum. It's a thing that one of my teachers used to say in university, or he wasn't my teacher, he was like a teacher of another major, but he held like some lectures that were for like the entire major. Or no, for all the majors, not just the, like, he was, I don't know what major he was the teacher of, but like there are like 7, I think. I don't feel like doing the math. There are a bunch of different majors within game dev. Like I'm a game design major, then there's the game writers and the programmers and the 2D artists and the animators and the sound designers and so on. There's a bunch more. But sometimes you have lectures that like all student of all majors in a year attend, and it was one of those lectures, so I don't know what major he was a teacher of. At least not on top of my head, I could probably look it up. But he said this, like, creativity does not exist in a vacuum. It means like everything you've experienced, everything you've seen, read, and games you played, movies you watched, books you read, things you read on the internet, videos you watched, the sports you played as a child, if you played any, like your experience in school, your experience of like whatever it is you have experienced, like could be if you were picked on in school as a kid, like that's an experience that can like create how you affect how you create things creatively, like either your artwork, or if it's like artwork, or it can be how you write characters in storytelling, and so on and so forth. And obviously the same goes for video games, because everything you lived through, whether it be something you experienced in your life or something you witnessed through other people's works, shape what you think about how you think. And I think that's very important to state. Then that he was talking about like that, so like in the sense of there's always something to cite as a source, which is not as fun. I willfully ignore that part of why he said it. It's more like it was a very important thing to hear, like creativity doesn't exist in a vacuum. And that's also why it's important to have people with different backgrounds when you're doing things like game dev, because as for example, as a white person, I'm never gonna have the experience of not being white because I am white, right? And that means that I'm gonna have I'm more likely to have a certain experience in my life and less likely to have certain other experiences in my life, and that's always gonna affect how I view the world and how I think about things creatively and what ideas I might have, and therefore you will like need people of all different backgrounds when you work in creative fields to get the best storytelling and the best ideas. And like there's other things as well, like I have like a background in high school. I studied information and media technology. That means that I took some programming classes, so for example I have easier to think in like programming ways than a lot of my other classmates who have no background in programming could. So I was able to prototype a lot of more things on my own, or even like make things that ended up in the game finally, that like I'm the only one who coded that, if it was something simple obviously, where like I didn't need to have a programmer like come clean up my code, and such things. But also like that affected how I could think about things and how I was building up things, that in like how things would be working, because I worked with it before. Or like if you have a background maybe in like engineering, you might be thinking about how machinery things work, and like you can take inspiration from that. Or if you have a background in I'm trying to come up with something. I only have tech stuff in my mind right now because I majored in tech things. Since I was able to choose a major, we have majors in high school here in Sweden, which you don't have in a lot of other countries. But like for example, my younger brother who just graduated, he was a restaurant major, so he has been spending his entire like high school years like obviously doing the normal high school subjects like languages and math and social sciences and all those things, but he's also been taking like restaurant stuff. Like he has been taking classes on like serving etiquette, and like he knows how to pour like a bottle of wine correctly for a customer. Like he knew how to do that when he was like 16 and years away from ever trying alcohol. Like obviously you should not be drinking alcohol at 16, but like he was taught things like that, things that I never thought about, like, oh, the server should always like be standing behind you when they pour your drink. Like he mentioned that and was like, oh yeah, that's right, if you're in like a fancier place they will stand behind you. I've never thought about that because I never noticed it, but he knows those things because he has an education like serving and setting tables and obviously the chef part as well, which is what he mostly did. Like he knows like all the cooking stuff and like how to shop things and prepare things, and I don't know all the chef things. I don't cook a lot, can you tell? I'm not the chef of the family, but obviously I'm gonna be I can think in like those programming ways that, for example, my brother can't think in because like he doesn't have experience programming, but I do. But I can't think about all those like stuff with like restaurant stuff, like serving and plating and the cooking stuff, but he can do that. So like if we were to make a game together, we would bring different things to table that are just related to like, like so we often think about things like gender, diversity, which is very important, and same with diversity of like ethnicity and like race. You need people from all different walks of life, but like everything you've experienced affects your creativity, and that will affect how you interact with things and what you come up with. And obviously like you can say something that no one has ever thought of, but that can spark another idea in someone else's head, and like you can bounce off of each other to create something that none of you would have been able to create individually, which is the magic of working together. And I have a burning passion for this. Can you tell? I mean, I've already spent multiple years of my life studying this. And no matter if I ever work in this industry or not, I'm always going to be very passionate about it. And obviously I'm also very passionate about, gender diversity and like also like diversity of, and same thing, I was like, as a cis person, there are certain things I'm less likely to experience or more likely to experience, and I'm gonna have certain, like, more likely to have certain, like that's obviously gonna affect my worldview. But so it's not just about like the binary like cis genders, it's about like also like non-binary people. There's everything like everything about you, everything you've experienced, everything you've lived through is gonna affect who you are, and that's gonna affect your creativity. And that's what I'm trying to get at. And I'm losing my voice. I've literally been drinking tea and I'm already losing my voice. This is offensive. No. Oh. I managed in time. Okay, I don't have much tea left. I don't know how we're gonna make it through this, guys. Let's go back to Forpinta. I need to know, can you train your voice to like how long you're able to speak? But like I can speak for hours usually, but I know other people have said this, and it's hard to think about, like, but I know other people talk about like when you are recording, you speak in a very different way than you would like do in a normal conversation. And you also talk a lot more because it's one-sided. So like you use your voice a lot more than you usually would. I'm sorry, I tried to make it better and it literally did not work. I'm just trying to speak more high pitched now, and hopefully it won't be as bad. So yeah, I'm inclined to like going back to the fishing system. I'm inclined to like the new fishing system, but I think I would see more of a mix of like the timing mechanic from this, but not having to move around, but being in the same place, catching multiple fish, like in the old one. I think that would be my preferred way of doing it. And what I was getting at with all the creativity stuff before I got sidetracked, which I always do. I mean, if this is not your first time watching a video of mine, you probably already know that. But yeah, I'm nothing against it. I think that's just part of games. People are going to be inspired by each other and want to try, making systems that are similar to systems in other games that they seem are working, and finding like, okay, we have this system, it isn't working very well, let's try another system that these people made and it seems to be working well, let's see if it works for us. Trial and error. And with live service games like Star Stable, because Star Stable, being a game that gets consistent updates means it is a live service game that's always currently being worked on, means that we're gonna see those like attempts in real time, like we're gonna be a part of those. Because like otherwise with a game that isn't live service, all that testing and trial and error happen before the game release, and you never end up seeing it, so you never know. But this would probably happen like with any game. that had a fishing mechanic in some capacity. But we get to experience it. We get to be a part of seeing all these things because this is a live service game. Oh my god, I just realized I also like left the thought about Chalmers, my crap, Chalmers, not the university, mid-thought. Oh my god, we're gonna get back to that. We're gonna talk about the best thing, actually. I love the fishing, but the best thing on this festival is Bruce. I'm barely exaggerating when exaggerating. It just didn't sound like a real word. I'm barely exaggerating when I say I would die for Bruce. I'm so sorry I hit the microphone. I was like bringing my hand up to hold on my chest, even if you can't see it, to be like, this is how sincere I am, and I end up hitting you guys. This is how rude I am. But just look at the guy. Just look at him. I already loved Bruce. I mean, he still has that, like, no thoughts, head empty look. But, like, now he's, like, actually animated, and has a little gold tooth, and he's just so happy. I love him. I would die for Bruce. So let's do his daily with Ben. Okay, let's look at the photo. So we have, I did forget what it was yesterday, but I saved it because I had screenshots, but now I don't have screenshots. So I'm gonna try and do this in real time. We have C-Star, but I don't think those count. So we have the headphones, the radio, the phone, the hat, the drink, the glasses, the bag, the ball, and the shoes. So headphones, radio, phone. Okay. Is there better words than headphones? Because we said phone twice. That makes it harder to memorize. But headphones, radio, cell. We could call it a cell. So headphones, radio, cell, hat, drink, glasses, bag, ball, shoes. Headphones, radio, cell, hat, drink, glasses, bag, ball, shoes. I'm ready. And it's that. Something else. It's the cap. It says cap. Yeah, I'm sure. Let's look at animation. I just love this one. It's so adorable. And he's just begging him, and he's just no thoughts. And then he throws it up, and then it's there, and we're so happy about it. Also, like, can we talk about Ben's earrings? Like, he has so many piercings. He has the seashell, and he has like the upper piercings. I want them. Star Stable, please. He really so many cool things for NPCs. Like, I can't remember which Bobcat girls it is. It's not Stephanie. I don't think it's Stephanie. But one of the Bobcat girls have hearing aids. Like, I want hearing aids. I don't use hearing aids, but like, I want them in the game. I want to have the option to give my character hearing aids. I could give one of my odd account hearing aids. Or I could say hearing aids. I don't know. Maybe saving the world leads to hearing loss. Seems very plausible, especially if there's like explosions and there's like lightning strikes, because that's one of our powers. I think it could be hearing loss there. Potentially. Give us the hearing aids. Please, Star Staple. I beg of you. But, and then you just have it sitting here. The item he spits out. So like, and I just love that detail. I don't know, it's a small thing, but it makes it feel more realistic than a lot of other things. Where like I've been fine with like, oh, things don't like they're there in the cutscene, but then they're not there afterwards. Like, that makes sense. It's a game that happens. But like, I don't know, the detail, it makes me happy. It makes me very, very happy. Last sip of tea, I think. No, actually, there's a little bit left. So I'm gonna be able to keep talking a bit more. Alright, the competition. That's what we have left to do. And maybe it wasn't a lot of training in this training chit chat, but you know, maybe we can call it the fishing chit chat. And the random thoughts, but that's like every training chit chat. This is why it says chit chat. I'm a yapper. I love the amount of shillings, I love the XP, and I love this race. Like, is it realistic? No. But I don't know if it doesn't do it anymore, I don't think, but one of the races at the Equestrian Festival, back when it was the Jorvik Stable open house, like we still have the race, it's the one in the paddock, but like they've updated it. It used to have fireworks just coming out of the ground. This is not a realistic game. It never have been, but I just love it. It's that's what I love about this game. Like it is more of an adventure game than it is a horse game, which is that the horses are just there. And I obviously think we could focus more on the horses from time to time and have more horse-focused storylines, and like I want more riding halls, for example. And I just love Bruce. Like, here, we're just riding along, he's swimming, it's just adorable. I love it. But I also like that this game isn't afraid of being weird or like quirky at times. That's why I fell in love with it. That's the storylines I fell in love with, those early quests, and that is what I loved about last week's quests, the ones that were available last week, the week I'm recording this, which, like in Star Stable Week, Siva Star Stable Week starts on a Wednesday. In Star Stable Week is also gonna be last week when you watch this, because I'm obviously recording this on a Friday. We've already been over this, so I have a couple of days to record. No, sorry, I'm recording now, so I have a couple of days to edit. And I'm also gonna be busy tomorrow, so I'm probably gonna edit Sunday or Monday. We're gonna see. But yeah, I just love this race. It's like all the little seahorses, and obviously Bruce. We've already established this. I love Bruce. I could die for Bruce if it need me to, but I just love it. I think I'm still gonna do like a shopping video at a later date for this festival if we get more clothes, which I hope, because like we have to get this blue set, for example. So because obviously there's nothing new to buy yet. I've already gotten everything from here. I had over 600 tokens left from last year. So, yeah. But I think we're gonna get Rainbow Festival next week. I can't remember, but yeah. I mean, I just love this game. And I love that. Like, I love these lupines. And can you tell it's very late? And I woke up at like 6 a.m. this morning, but it was too warm to record in the middle of the day. The struggles of summer. But yeah, that was what I'm gonna talk about actually. What maybe you guys could help me with suggestions. So my first crab here, this is Chalmers. He is named after the university in Sweden. Don't ask me why he's called Chalmers. I don't know. I saw this guy and it was like, that's Chalmer or Chalmers, which is the university. I love him. And since we're getting another crab, I need a second university to name it after. Thing is, most universities in Sweden are just called the University of, and then the town or city, more like a city, where the university is at. Or like city, like name of city university. So I need ideas, and I'm starting to consider, like, what if I name it after, or him after University of Wales. I was considering Caroline or Caroline because of Karolinska Institutet, which is like this like medical research institution, kind of like university. I don't know, I'm not a doctor, I just know it exists and it's very old, I'm gonna guess, because it uses the name Caroline, which is a very old historical thing in Sweden, which we really did not have time to get into today, because it's related to the fact that a lot of our kings have been called Karl, Our current king is literally Carl the 16th. There are a lot of them. But that's beside the point. So I was thinking about Caroline, and I was like, oh, Chalmers can get a sister. She can be called Caroline because of Karolinska, and then like it could be Chalmers and Caroline. But then Ben said he, and I'm like, maybe I should look for a more masculine sounding name. I don't know. Or maybe I'll go with Caroline. So, but yeah, if you guys have any ideas, name suggestions for the blue crab, I want to keep the university theme. Because I obviously already have a Chalmers. He's adorable. He needs a little university crab buddy. So leave those suggestions. Otherwise, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, please consider leaving a like and subscribing if you haven't. Also, please let me know your thoughts about fishing. Do you enjoy the current system, or are you one of those people who avoid fishing every chance you get? I know a lot of people like that. I think that's the majority of the community. And what are your thoughts about the new fishing system? And are there things you want to see from both combined into the new system? Because I would love to hear that, because obviously fishing is something I love. Fishing is something I do a lot in this game. So, and yeah, I don't think there's anything else. If you haven't already, also please consider checking out my Instagram. I'm Kaiser Dragon Road there as well. You are gonna see this video, or this video is gonna be released on, I'm trying to do the mental math, it's Friday the 13th today, so it's gonna be Tuesday the 17th of June when this video comes out. And in a couple of days from when you're seeing this video, it's gonna be midsummer, and I'm gonna try to make a little midsummer photo edit thing for my Instagram, and also have time because there's a lot of things to get done before then. But so it might be a little bit late this year, but Belle and I are also planning our, at this point, traditional old lady photo shoot. This is gonna be the third year. It might be a little bit late because Bella has a job, which obviously has to come first, and then it's midsummer, so it's a lot of preparation for the celebration, and then obviously meeting family and stuff. So it might be a couple of days late, but that's also gonna be coming up later. So if you want to see midsummer stuff, and you want to see Bella and me pretending to be old ladies doing old lady things, please consider checking out my Instagram. Once again, it's Kaiser Dragon Road. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I guess I'll talk to you soon. Bye bye!